If you want to be likable, don't be like Amanda Seals. I personally think that likability is very important to a woman's femininity. Being likable helps you to be your best feminine self, to me, because you attract everything that you want through likability. You can use likability to, for lack of a better word, manipulate people, right? But you can get people to do what you want when you are likable. But I always feel like there is also a very thin line between being likable and being a pushover, and also being over friendly. And I struggle with that myself, you know, even recently. So there's this brethren. I see him all the time and I admire him. I've seen him on a YouTube channel. I know he has a family. They live out in the countryside. I see him all the time and I always make much of him just because I admire him and his family. The last time I saw him the time before the last time I saw him, I thought to ask him, how come I never see your wife? I always see you. How come I never see your wife and children? So the next time I saw him, he was with his wife and children. And he was a different person. He was completely different from how he always dealt with me when he see me. So I said, hold on, wait a minute. I wonder if this man thought that I had interest in him. And so now his wife is around. He's behaving as if he and I have some secret thing or something. And I'm like... This is one of the reasons why I am very, very careful with how I relate to men, because it is so easy for them to misunderstand the energy that you're giving them. It is so easy for people to misunderstand kindness, because that's all I'm doing, being kind. I have zero interest in this man. But at the same time, you do want to be kind, you want to be likable, you want to be able to use your feminine magnetism to get what you want. If you want something, as women, we have to learn how to use our manipulative power to get what we want. In a relationship, it doesn't work out when you are trying to fight with him and go up against him all the time. Yeah, there are times when you need to defend yourself, yes, but you don't need to be in defense mode all the time. And it doesn't always work that you get what you want from a man when you are constantly aggressive. So the best way, and this is from experience, I can say, when you want to get something from a man, is nice him up. Tell him all of the nice things that he wants to hear. Smile with him, play with him, laugh with him, boost his ego. Tell him that he is the greatest thing in the world. Rave about him publicly. Like, men love those things, and they will literally give you everything that you want if you just behave like you worship them. Like the saying goes, you catch more flies with honey. Life is so simple for women. It really is very simple for us. All we have to do is use our feminine wiles. It is so easy, especially with men. Just tell them all the things that they want to hear. It's magic. Growing up, I always had friends from primary school to high school, and I had different groups of friends during high school. I never had one set of friends. I had friend groups. So I was friends with this set of girls and that set of the uptown girls, the downtown girls, the hood rats, the smart girls. Even though I never really had problems attracting friends or attracting men, I've had to change the way that I attract people over the years. You know, there were times when I was very, very friendly, very, very open, and there was a time where I put up a block. I put up a wall, and I would only let certain people in. I still have that block up a little bit. That wall is still up a little bit, but not so much. I'm not so guarded as I used to be. And I don't really, because the truth is that hardly anything bothers me anymore. When things don't really bother you anymore in a certain way, you don't really think about having to put up walls, you know? You just learn how to deal with people and whatever they come with. But yeah, I've never really had issues attracting friends or men. A funny thing, my ex has an ex that is obsessed with him. And because of her obsession with him, she's obsessed with me. She's always on my platform. How do I know? Because when she sees certain things, she tell him and him tell me. Right now, I am sure she's watching this video. Hey girl. One day, I don't know, I made a post about Obia one time. I think it was probably the first post that I made mention of Obia, and she went to him and she was like, oh, now I see, because she thinks that I'm in the way of her getting back with him. She's convinced now, because of me mentioning Obia, she's now convinced that is Obia me Obia him. I have never Obia a man. I've never needed to Obia a man. I've never needed to do anything to make a man like me except just be myself. I thought that was very funny, and that's why I know a lot of women don't really know about feminine magnetism. They don't really know about magnetism in general, and how to attract people and how to make people like you naturally. It's not really something that you have to do with a whole heap of effort. So I'm gonna give you some tips on how you can improve your personal magnetism. Number one, mental discipline, right? Mental discipline, understanding how your mind works and how control of your mind, control of your environment, using observation, using certain skills within the practice of mental discipline to attract people or to get people to like you. In the book, The Master Key, that I talk about all the time, there is a whole chapter on personal magnetism and how to essentially get people. I suppose 48 Laws of Power might have a chapter on that as well. Maybe they put it in the words of how to manipulate people, but it's essentially the same thing, right? It's not really something that you do with effort, like you're calculating, how am I going to manipulate this person? No, not really. It's just how to make people want to do things for you, how to make people want to be around you, how to make people want to be like you. Mental discipline is the first thing that you need to practice. Understanding your mind, understanding how your mind works, how you think, how some of the things that you say affect people, how it affects you, how you respond to people, how you respond in certain situations, how controlled you are, how observant you are, that you're able to see certain things, basically how emotionally intelligent are you. You have an awareness. You have to have an awareness of people. One thing, when people feel seen by you, you become more likable to them. I had a friend once who had a lot of insecurities, and I realized that he was quick to make friends with anybody who showed any kind of, if they were just courteous towards him, if they were just nice, he would open up himself to them just for that. just for that reason, because he felt seen. Those little things, it might seem small to some people, but it is a big thing to most people when they are seen. Everybody wants to be seen. And so if you're the type of person that can acknowledge people, you have a mind, you have an awareness that people need to be acknowledged, and you acknowledge people when you see them, that will benefit you a whole lot. Number 2, very important, authenticity. And I talk about how to be your authentic self. I have a video, I'll tag it. You can watch that video about how to be your authentic self. Authenticity is so important because people can sense when you are your authentic self, when you are not trying to copy anything, you're not trying to copy anybody, you are showing up as who you are and who you want to be. People can feel and sense it and know, and that's attractive. Authenticity is attractive. Everybody likes an authentic person, real people. But yeah, it comes down to that. Be authentic, be yourself, be honest with not just others, with yourself. You can hoodwink others, but you can never hoodwink your inner consciousness. Don't try to be somebody else's authentic self. Be who you are. Show up as who you are all the time. And it's a difficult thing to do, you know. It's not that we can't pretend like authenticity is easy. It really isn't easy. It's something that you have to make an effort to do, because it's so easy to get caught up in what you think the world is saying that you should look like or you should be like. There may be times when it is necessary to code switch. It may be easier for you to navigate certain spaces when you can code switch. But in most instances, it's just best to be yourself, right? Because you will feel more comfortable, less pressure. People can sense that you're just being yourself, and they will naturally gravitate towards you. Or sometimes authenticity can be protective too, because it repels people who prefer to be fake and are uncomfortable with your authenticity, so they just don't want to be around you, and that's okay with me. Number 3, self-work, right? Do the work to build your character. Do the work to improve your morality. Be an upright, honest person. I guess this falls under authenticity as well. Well, not really. No, this is not about authenticity. This is just about being a good person, making an effort to be honest, making an effort not to cheat people, not to lie, not to trick people, not to do anything for money, not to do anything for fame. Naturally, people will like you if you are not the type of person with the propensity to do evil. People think that people aren't looking at them, you know, but people are watching you all the time. People are seeing you, and especially if you're observant like me, I don't miss nothing. So if there is something faulty in your character, I'm going to see it, and that is going to turn me off from wanting to be around you. Number 4, cleanse your aura. And there are many ways to cleanse your aura, but one of my favorite ways is to do spiritual baths. I did a video on that already. I think it's one of the most beneficial things, because in many ways spiritual baths can help you, because it cleanses your aura, and when your aura is cleansed, it is protective, so it protects and repels people who are not good and not coming with good intentions and good energy. And it helps to attract people who are good, people who come with good intentions. It also helps to cleanse you of impressions that people leave on you. You go out in the world every day and you interact with people. If you think that they are not leaving impressions on you, you are mistaken. You hear things, you smell things, you see things, you feel things, and all of that leaves an impression on you. It can affect you and how you behave, how you interact with people. It can affect your aura. It can affect the energy that you're putting out there, right? And that energy that you're putting out is going to attract not only people, but in general what you attract. Number 5, genuinely care about people. Genuinely give a damn about what is going on with people. And that is essentially empathy. Learn how to feel other people's energy, feel their pain, feel their love, feel their joy. You don't have to necessarily absorb all of that energy, but understand when people are going through different things and how you can empathize with them, how you can feel and help them to be seen, help them to know that I see what you're going through, and I wish you well. And don't care about people only when people's eyes are on you. Don't do it for likes, don't do it for attention, don't do it for gain. Just genuinely care about people. I don't know if that's something that's innate, but again, I think with mental discipline you can work on anything within yourself. Number 6, don't try to impose your views and your beliefs onto others. Give people room to be who they want to be. Everybody is free. We have the freedom to choose to be who we want to be, to express what we want to express, to live how we want to live. I think it's unkind when you try always to put your beliefs or your way of life or way of being or thinking onto others. I have friends who I don't like everything about them. They're not necessarily exactly like me, but I can appreciate them being their authentic self, even if it's not what I want or what I would want for them, and so I give them the space to come around me and be who they are and who they want to be without judgment. Giving people the space to be honest is one of the kindest things that you can do for someone. Number 7, affirmations. One thing about Rastafari, well, there are many things great about Rastafari, but one of the many great things about them is they always stress the importance of word sound power and the fact that you create with your words. What you say to yourself and what you put out into the universe, how you energize things with your words is so important. And you energize yourself and others with your words. And so affirmations are important. You tell yourself that you are beautiful, you are attractive, you are likable, you are kind, you are all of these qualities that you want to use to attract people. Speak that into your life and then you become it. I am influential. I attract many people. I motivate people. I am kind to people. People feel my kindness. I give love and I receive love. And you can speak these words of affirmation over your spiritual bath before you bathe. Words of affirmations are very important in creating the world that you want. This is the final tip, is food. And I always talk about food because it's very important. It's very important in your mental health, and your mental health is definitely important in your personal magnetism, right? Because food affects your body, food affects your body chemistry and your hormones, the hormones that will help you to attract people, the hormones that will keep you in a good mood and keep you likable, keep you happy. Grumpiness is not cute. Mean mugging is not cute. It's not attractive, and it may be cute for a little while. Oh, the girl that act thuggish and a little rough and rugged, and it may be cute for a little while, but it's not cute all throughout life. There are also some herbs that I would recommend, and I need to do a whole video about this, but there are certain herbs that can help you to improve your mood. I think I already did a video about this. I did a video talking about adaptogens and nervines, but I don't know if I spoke specifically to the moodiness of women, and how some herbs can help us to improve our moods. And better moods just make us more likable. That's just the truth. Ask a man who is living with a moody woman how difficult it is, right? So it's easier to be easier on you and your relationships when you are likable, when you're nice, when you're nice to be around. So who wants to be around somebody who is mean, a bitch, difficult? Nobody wants to be around that person. Look what happened to Amanda Seales. Now that girl is the example of unlikable. If you want to be likable, don't be like Amanda Seales. But there are certain herbs like maca root is very good for improving your mood. Shatavari is also good for improving your mood. Cocoa chocolate is good for improving your mood. Ashwagandha is good for improving your mood as well. Some mushrooms are good for improving mood, including reishi. Alright, I think that's it. I think I'm done for today. I'm glad I did this video. I hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, please leave it down below. Don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like so it gets out there. Share it. Don't keep it to yourself. Take care of yourself, and we will link up in the next video. Alright, later.